Hello guys, it's your favorite MC Yapstar once again, and today I want to be giving you the exclusive details of why Two-Face finally decided to flee in 2024 after spending years in Annie's Hellish Bondage. I'm sure that so many people were shocked when Two-Face made that announcement 2 weeks ago that they are finally done and they've been living separately for so many months. The truth of the matter is that they started living separately since early last year, and it was initiated by Two-Face. That's the fact. But he did not just make the decision in isolation. He made the decision as a result of the accumulation of years of ill treatment from the person he was married to. He did that because of so many reasons, and that's the reason why I want to be elucidating on the circumstances surrounding the reason why he fled that marriage, so that people won't continue assuming that it was a decision that he woke up to make out of the blues. No, it was the cumulative effect of some things that this guy went through in that marriage that many people weren't or still aren't privy to till now. So forget about the social media facade, the social media posturing between the two of them. For the better part of their marriage, it was chaos. There was trouble in paradise for so many years, and they've just been putting up with it, keeping up appearances, and it's only so long that you can continue that way. It's a marriage that wasn't even meant to be. Many industry insiders who know these people in close quarters are even surprised that the marriage survived till now. And if after listening to this episode you don't come to the same conclusion, then maybe something is wrong, because it was rigged with red flags, and it's still a miracle why the two of them chose to continue enduring so much turmoil up to this moment. Because in life, marriage is not everything. It is about you first, about your sanity, about your mental health. And it's just sad that this guy made it public now, when Annie is going through a rough patch in life. But it was a necessary move. He made the move last year. It's only becoming public this year because he is tired of the hypocrisy and the smoke screen. He just wants everybody to know where he stands and what he's going to be doing going forward. And I'm going to be taking you through the things that this guy underwent in that marriage. And this is not to exonerate him. This is not to declare him innocent, although his name is innocent. This is not to say he's not also flawed. It is just based on the information that I gathered after my weeks of research and speaking with people who were close to the two of them. And so before I proceed, kindly subscribe to my channel, switch on the notification also. Thank you so much. So the number one reason why this guy felt it was over is because of the constant threats and subtle blackmails from Annie Idibia. A typical example is what happened some months or years back when Two-Face visited his 3 children in the US. That Annie Idibia went on social media bashing him, bashing his family, threatening him that she would destroy him, she would pull down his brand and destroy all the things that he has built over the years. That is just a tip of what goes on in their marriage. According to my close sources, anytime there is a dispute between these two people, that is the kind of things that Annie resorts to threaten Two-Face into submission. After that threat that day, what did Two-Face say? He succumbed and said everybody should mind their business. That was the same pattern this guy was using in that marriage. It's just that this time around, Two-Face has had enough. You know, when you continue using the same style for somebody for a very long time, be it man or woman, the victim will become tired one day and then the consequences that and dare you that you should even make good your threat. And that's the same thing Two-Face is doing now. After years of threatening my brand, threatening my career, threatening my image, what's the worst you can even do? Are you going to take my life? Do your worst and let me have my peace. I think it is a good bargain for Two-Face, sacrificing his brand and image for his peace of mind. Everybody knows that peace of mind trumps everything, and that's the sacrifice he's making now, bearing the consequences. If you want to destroy my brand, if you want to destroy my image like you've always been threatening, do it. I'm leaving. Another thing is that Annie Idibia never allowed Two-Face to have a healthy relationship with his 3 kids in the US. And the reason is not far-fetched. You should pause and wonder why Annie doesn't have an issue with Two-Face having a relationship with the 2 other kids he has in Nigeria. That's because the mother of those kids is already married, and Annie doesn't see her as a threat to her marriage again. But the mother of those other 3 kids in the US, not until recently, was single, and Annie continuously saw her as a threat to her marriage, and hence the reason why she was always putting up resistance to Two-Face having a relationship with them. And that's the reason why she went ballistic that day, that Two-Face traveled to visit those children without notifying her. If she had known, she wouldn't have allowed Two-Face to travel, and hence why Two-Face traveled without notifying her. Can you imagine you as a man or as a woman sneaking out of your marriage to visit the children you had before the marriage just because your spouse won't allow you have a healthy relationship with your kids? And you know, Two-Face is advancing in age, and these kids are in their teenage years. If Two-Face doesn't take a drastic measure to establish a healthy relationship with them now, when will he be able to have a relationship with those kids? What is the kid's offense? Why should Annie continuously put a roadblock between Two-Face and these kids? This went on for so many years, and now Two-Face is saying enough is enough. I want a relationship between me and these children. I want to heal the old wounds. I want to build the bridges that Annie destroyed between us. Another thing is the hostility from Annie towards Two-Face's family. And if you don't believe me, go back in history. The time they had their last public spat, it was even Annie's younger ones that was saying that Annie was hostile to the family members of Two-Face. So it came from the camp of Annie. It's not as if somebody from the camp of Two-Face was the one that made the allegation. And it is true. Annie never allowed Two-Face siblings to visit with ease. Annie never allowed Two-Face's mother to visit with ease. They can't even say they are in Lagos and they just want to say hello to them. Annie won't allow it. And that was on for so many years. Imagine you marrying to somebody and the person blocks your family members from visiting you when they so wish. Even if it is not every day, once in a while. How would you feel? This is something that Two-Face was putting up with for so many years. He literally had no good relationship with his siblings again after the marriage. The mother couldn't visit, the siblings couldn't even visit, and it went on for so many years. Another thing is the lack of support he received during his recent health crisis. I know so many people don't know that this guy went through some challenges recently, and one would expect that the person he's married to should be there to support him mentally and emotionally. But he didn't get that kind of support. And we claim that marriage is for better for worse. This woman was always there when the going was good. When Baba was flying private jets, she was always there. But when Baba experienced the dark side of life, she was nowhere to be found, at least to support him fully. And that's another reason. Another reason is the short temperament of Annie. She is short-tempered, and it's no fault of hers, but at least she should have worked on it to at least control herself. Anytime there is any issue between the two of them, she's always flaring up, threatening, throwing tantrums, bickering, throwing cautions to the wind, and doing so many things, borderline aggression and the likes. And if you as a person, whether man or woman, were to be in this situation, for how many years will you be able to cope with a hot-tempered or short-fused partner? No, let's view these things neutrally, without even considering the people involved. If you were to be married to somebody that is short-tempered and at every slightest provocation, they fly up, they threaten you, they say things to you that are bad for your mental health, bad for your peace of mind. They verbally abuse you and stuff like that. Would you, in good conscience, be willing to continue in that kind of relationship forever? These are one of the things that this man was going through in that marriage. Constant bickering, abuse, and the likes. An example was that their public party. If you have access to that video, go and listen to it again. The kind of things that Annie was saying in that audio. If it were to be you, would you be happy with such? And this is the kind of thing that Two-Face was experiencing every other month in that marriage for so many years. Not until he took it upon himself to say enough is enough and fled that marriage. Another thing is the inability of one of the two of them to meet up with the libido of the other person. We know one of them has high libido, and one party was not able to meet up with that demand. And it's only a matter of time. We know that this thing is like the bedrock of so many marriages. It helps with bonding, it helps with, healing relationships and the homes. But if one party can't meet up with the libido of the other person, it's only a matter of time. Infidelity will creep in, or resentment. And I've highlighted how many points now? 6 points. Imagine somebody facing all these 6 points in a marriage. It's even a miracle that it survived up to this moment. Kudos must be given to the two of them for being so tolerant of each other, because it is not easy for you to be facing all these 6 things in a marriage and to have stayed up to this moment. I think they were married for over 20 years. Imagine that. So give it to them. They tried their best. They did their best to sustain the facade they call a marriage, but the head has come, and this guy made that decision last year. It's just unfortunate that he's coming to the public to tell us now that Annie is also going through some issues with life, but at the end of the day, he's choosing himself first. He has chosen the collective good of the family and everybody for so many years. Now he's saying, I don't have forever to live. I can't be here forever. I only have one life to live. This one life that I have, this remaining life that I have to live, I want to use it to prioritize myself, my mental health, my peace of mind, and forming a formidable bond with all of my children without any hindrance from anybody, without anybody standing in the way. Without anybody feeling jealous that I'm going to visit my children in the US. That's the reason why this guy fled last year. Because he was literally living in hell. And so many people didn't know. Social media and the way people post things and you feel all is well. All wasn't well within that marriage. And this guy was putting up with so many ills. And he said, enough is enough. So, you can say his approach was wrong. You can say he's not also flawless. I'm not making any case for him. My own job is just to give insight into the situation and the circumstances surrounding the reason why he ran away from that marriage. And I wish the two of them the best. That's all I have to say about this marriage based on the information available to me. If new things come up, trust me to shed light on them. And thank you for watching this episode. And before you go, kindly subscribe to my channel. Till we meet again, it is bye.